It is my final day in Geneva. Anna is broken after all the activities we've been getting up to over the last few days, which means I have 3 hours to have one last explore of the city on my own. Could that tram have been any more perfectly timed? And job number one of my exploration is to head all the way down a little bit further on the trams than we've come before to what I think is the main train station to try and work out how we're going to get back to the airport later, because we don't want to be stung for another 50 franc taxi like we had when we arrived last week. So I'm thinking we just come to here, and then this is the train station here, I think. This building, maybe that over there. And theoretically, it's just a 6-minute train from here to the airport. I'm not going to go all the way to the airport now, but now I know the tram stops right outside what I think is the train station. We have our plan for later in the day. So I'm going to assume, looking at that the trains to the airport run every 15 minutes or so, and that's not just a little lunchtime treat. Me and Anna will be back here in about 3 hours to try and work that out for ourselves. This is a big station. There's many, many things in here, including massive pretzels. Right, now that is complete, task number 2 while I'm out on my travels is to finish off trying as many of the local delicacies as I possibly can. In a video that came out on the main channel, the match day vlog from the Servette game at the weekend, I did try... I'm actually going to stop you right there, Paskev, because we didn't actually include that footage in the matchday vlog. So we're going to include it here. We're going to jump back in time to Saturday when I was out and about with Alfie. This is pre-match. We went on a food adventure. Roll the footage. Now, those of you who watch the Twitch streams will be delighted to know that moderator Alfie is here. Say hello, Alfie.
Hello.
It's the first time I've seen him all year. He never even turns up for the streams. But I gave Alfie one pre-match task. Find us a restaurant where we could try some of the local speciality fondue. Now, you might be able to tell from behind me, many restaurants. We're heading over here because he's booked us into a 5-star hotel to get fondue. This better be the best wet cheese I've ever experienced. So apparently it's round here, near these cannons. Doesn't actually look as intimidating as I thought it would. I was a little bit worried they weren't going to let us in wearing jeans and trainers. There does seem to be a queue outside, but we have got a reservation. So it's the Restaurant Les Amours. My French isn't great, but this is where we're eating, if they let us in. It really smells of cheese in here. Alfie's brought me on a candlelit dinner and I feel very uncomfortable filming. I'll tell you all about it afterwards. I don't know what he's got me into here. So we have a number of local delicacies here. I have the rosti. This is my raclette and potato, my tiny little portion of cheese, because I'm not really supposed to eat cheese at all at the moment with my gallstones. This is Alfie's enormous portion of cheese, his fondue, and then he has his little pile of potatoes and his entire bakery of bread to dip in to his bubbly cheese. Looks nice though. Alfie just got told off for eating his fondue wrong, and it might be my favourite thing that's ever happened.
Too much.
He is a broken man.
Too much.
There's still so much cheese and so much bread remaining. They've broken him. Well, we've made it onto the tram. It's absolutely pouring with rain. We're in a bit of a rush now. It is. Yeah, come on, move it on. Get to the bit where we talk about the cheese. The fondue story with this guy is amazing. Basically, he was eating his fondue wrong. So about halfway through the meal, the guy just came over, took one look at his fondue and said, "This is wrong, this is not good. I'll get you a new one." Went and fetched him an entirely new pot of cheese and then gave him a lesson in how to eat it. You got to make sure you include the crust. You got to cover your plate in pepper. Really mix it around. Get it in the... It was brilliant. He properly told him off. But yeah, it was good dinner. Rosti. I mean, I started with a thumbs up and now I'm going... It was fine. It just wasn't as crispy as I would have liked for a rosti. I'd rather had a hash brown. And the raclette, it was fine. It was cheesy. I had like 2 mouthfuls. Got to protect the old gallbladder. And the fondue. Give us your one-word fondue review.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. There you go. So Now we're heading out the city centre.
And I think that'll do. Let's jump back to regularly scheduled programming. If you want to see more from that, then, like I say, the Matchday vlog is right there on the main channel. But another time jump incoming.
That was all really good, but there are still a few things, a few local delicacies that I haven't tried, one of which apparently is perch. So I need to find some perch, and also chocolate. I'm in Switzerland, have to get some chocolate. I have had a Toblerone, it absolutely doesn't count. I have been told that even just nipping to a supermarket and buying a bar of Swiss chocolate gets the job done. So we might do that, or we might go to a proper chocolate shop. I've got a little bit of time to explore, but job number one, we are definitely on the hunt for some perch. And I'm back in the centre of the city, and this probably isn't the best place to find it. I'm going to sort of wander down towards the lake, because I figure fish might be near water. It's strong logic. Tram. See, on an ordinary trip, somewhere like this for chocolate seems like a no-brainer. It looks amazing. The problem is, my bag is already completely full. I can't fit anything else in, to the point where I've had to leave my emergency peppermint tea bags in the hotel because I just couldn't fit them in after the bits that I bought at the football at the weekend. I'm that tight for space. So anything I buy, I've got to eat now. And if I eat a massive slab of chocolate like that before getting on an aeroplane with gallstones, I'm just asking for trouble. So I'm thinking we need to find somewhere where we can buy a really small amount of chocolate that I can put in my pocket and hope it doesn't melt, or gamble on the fact it might be available after security on the plane. I say gamble, it might be, of course it's going to be, but is it going to be as good? Is there going to be somewhere like that? See, this is where I was heading. This feels like, if I'm gonna find it, it's gonna be down this little area. Surely. Let's go look at some menus. Of course, if the French for perch is not perch, I'm not going to even recognise it on the menu, which is a whole other issue I haven't even considered yet. So a little look on here. See, none of that. Oh, there we go. Fillets de perch with homemade beer sauce with cream. I have to avoid the creamy beer sauce. But we have an option. Geneva prices, £33, 33 francs for what is effectively fish and chips. Let's try the next one. We got anything on here that looks about right? No, this is more pizzery, Italian-y type stuff. I think we might just be going back to that first one. I don't actually need it yet, it's only just gone 12. I'm not particularly hungry. I've got until about 3 o'clock until I need to go back for Anna. I don't think we have any options down there. Ah, hold on, I've walked past a menu here. This place does hamburgers and beef. And I really need to learn some French. There you go, they've got the filet de perche as well. $37.50 here. So it's basically fish, chips and tartar sauce, which sounds nice, to be honest. Seems to be getting more expensive the closer I get to the lake though, which I guess that checks out. So there we go then, they are my perch fillets. That is a creamy sauce that I guess I can ignore in the spirit of gallstones. We've got some spinach, nice little portion of fries, and then I love this little lemon squeezing contraption near my tartar sauce. This all looks pretty good. Are we saying this counts? It came with my coffee. It probably doesn't count. It is pretty good though. Well, that was really good. If you ever find yourself in Geneva, Café du Centre. Perfect French accent there as well, that's the place. Really good, and on reflection, I think I absolutely am counting that chocolate because I just had a load of fried fish and chips. It was a reasonable portion. I don't think I've overdone it, so fingers crossed the gallstones won't kick off. But I don't want to throw a load of chocolate in on top of that. And that little piece that I had was delicious. The perch was fantastic. Just really, really tasty food. It's been a weekend of really, really good food. I think if I had to rank the local delicacies, No one asked me to, but I'm going to anyway. I think number one has got to go to the Perch. The Perch was fantastic. Chocolate is right up there with it. Everything in there was really nice. I didn't get to try the fondue. It smelt really good, but I did try the raclette, and that was very nice, very cheesy. So I will put them third and fourth, kind of equal. The Rusty, I'm going to offend a lot of Swiss people here. I wasn't that keen on the Rusty. The Rusty was a little thick and a little soft for my liking. When I've had Rusties at home, they would always be thinner and crispier, and that's just how I'm going to prefer it. I want my potatoes to be crispy, not soggy. But yeah, all in all, Swiss food gets the big thumbs up. I've now got about an hour to kill before I need to get back to the hotel, round up Anna and head to the airport. So I think I am going to find a chocolate shop just so I can buy a little something for Anna, because she's not yet tried it and it was delicious. So when we were down here a few days ago, I'm pretty sure this is where we saw some supermarkets, which is all I'm looking for now. We don't need a fancy chocolate shop. I don't want anything that I need to pack carefully. I literally just want to buy a bar of chocolate. They might be back this way actually. And on the theme of Swiss food and Swiss delicacies, Anna has requested a burger from McDonald's to take back, which is, hold on, she wants this, the home style crispy chicken mustard bacon, which they don't do in the UK, to be fair. There is a McDonald's on the way back, so I think I'm going to head this way actually, try and grab a bar of chocolate, head to McDonald's to grab her a burger, and then get back to the hotel to meet her and try not to get hit by a tram while I'm doing all of it. This was a terrible idea, walking that side of that fence. Of course, the trams were on the other side of the road, so that wasn't as much of a close shave as it felt like. I know it's not that unusual for there to be a Tesla dealership inside a shopping centre. There's one in Cambridge, but it's right near the door on the ground floor. This one, it's right up there, second story of this shopping centre. It says you can do test drives. Really intrigued about how that works. In other news, I have found a Co-op, which hopefully Co-op is the same here as it is at home, and Co-op means supermarket. There are so many trams around again. Let's try and find some chocolate. Does this look like? Okay, I'm not du personnel. Is this what I think it is? Co-op? I mean, it doesn't look a lot like a supermarket, does it? Maybe this isn't what we were looking for. It briefly turned into a supermarket about halfway down and then became a clothes shop and a pharmacy. I don't think they've got what I'm looking for in here. We're just going to buy chocolate at the airport. So a couple of stops down on the tram. I think this is the closest McDonald's to our hotel, so least likely to get cold. That's one of the many Starbuckses is where I've been stung for 8 francs for a coffee over the course of this trip. And over there's been some kind of festival slash fair thing going on the whole time, which we've not really gone to check out, but we've heard discussion of it over breakfast in the hotel most mornings, so I guess that's quite a big deal. Camera shop over there. I'm a Sony guy these days. I have no business in a Canon shop. Right, oh sugar, there's a tram there. That's not coming around this corner. I did get confused. There's literally a green man there. Probably shouldn't have been that alarmed about the tram hurtling towards me. I hope they've got self-service in here so I don't have to make a fool of myself. Success, they had self-service, and would like to point out, I've talked about this on videos before, the most civilized thing that they do at these European McDonald's is when you get a drink, because I've got myself a peppermint tea to just help with the digestion of all that fried food earlier. But they put the drink in a little cup holder and in a little bag. They do this at the French McDonald's as well. In the UK, we just have to struggle. And the struggle is very real, as I'm sure everyone in the UK can appreciate. Putting it all in one little bag, yes, you've got the risk of spillage, but that's mitigated by the cup holder. And goodness me, is this so much more convenient to carry. I wouldn't be able to tell you, I wouldn't even be telling you about this if I had to have the burger in one hand and the cup in the other. There's sculptures and things on this platform, by the way. We've got something going on in there, and I almost walked into this one when I got off the tram before. and thought they were really rude for not moving until I realised they couldn't move. So back at the hotel, Anna has been given her burger. I would like your full review.
The sauce is delightful and I want them in England.
Apparently I got the wrong one. I was supposed to get a bacon one and that doesn't have bacon in. I
asked you and they didn't have any. You've eaten all of them.
Yeah, there's no chicken here at the hotel because I've eaten it all in Caesar salads over the last several days. So that's why she's had to get a chicken burger from somewhere else. It's very much a Homer Simpson, all-you-can-eat fish and then go fishing situation. We are en route to the airport, but we made the rookie mistake of getting on the wrong tram line that runs outside the hotel. So we had to jump off here and wait 10 minutes. We got on a 12, we needed an 18, because the 18 takes us to the train station, and theoretically the train station takes us to the airport. Yeah, as Anna's saying, much better than the 50 francs we spent on a taxi to get from the airport last week. I hope our travel cards cover the train. I'm sure they do. I guess we're about to find out. I don't know for sure, but it's the worst that can happen. Well, then we just buy a ticket and get back on if they throw us off. We have made it to the train station, and now we just have to work out, is this our train? I feel like it might be. It's platform 3, which indicates airport maybe. So that sign would indicate it's going to the airport. But I want it on record now in front of Anna that at this point this is entirely guesswork. So fingers crossed. We've not had an adult explain to us what to do with this situation, so we're just figuring it out as we go along. Well, despite it being total guesswork, unless there's multiple airports in this city, we are in the right place. This is Geneva Airport. Presumably we're under it. That's the train we were on, which I think runs every 15 minutes out of the centre of Geneva. Yeah, everything's snazzy in this city. And fingers crossed this will bring us up right into the airport terminal, which will be super duper. Security successfully navigated, and huge success for the first time. Made it through without having anything pulled. I've mastered getting through security. Huzzah. There's some of that chocolate we were looking for earlier. I think I'm going to get Anna settled in the lounge and then come back out and grab some chocolate. Well, after, I would say, minimal shenanigans getting through the airport, we have now got the chocolate that we needed. We have a chocolate assortment from duty free, so it's chocolate. And we're now in the lounge, hoping our flight doesn't get delayed again. We look good at the moment. We have donut and pretzel assortment, which is very good. Food has now been served in the lounge. When we got here there wasn't anything, we just had little nibbles and things. It's pasta. I'm not a big fan of pasta. I think Anna's got some, even though she's not supposed to because of gluten. Well, she might just have sauce actually. What have you got?
Just sauce.
Just sauce?
I can't have pasta.
Yeah, I was just saying, how can you be having pasta when you can't have gluten? She's literally just got the sauce. Fair enough. Enjoy your sauce. I, on the other hand, found more chocolate. So I think there's a little chocolate biscuit actually.
You're not having any sauce?
I don't want any sauce, no, thank you. I might have I'm gonna have my little vegan box on the plane if they've got that. I enjoyed that the other day. I had a big lunch, didn't I? I had my perch at lunchtime. No, you're right. So this is chocolate on a little biscuit.
Oh, you may need to get me
That's 2 lots of Swiss chocolate we've tried now, huh?
You may need to get me some more.
Can you not get your own?
I need to.
Well, in an unexpected step, our flight has been called an hour before we're due to leave, even though according to this, where we're going, gate C, is only 10 minutes away. So Anna's very keen to get gone. She's already halfway there. I'm less keen to go and stand in a queue, considering I know we've got priority boarding, but she does get anxious at times like this. Once again, as has been the theme for this trip, we've got the furthest possible gate. Anna stopped for a toilet break halfway down, but we've already walked all the way down there, and we're on 57, which I think is right at the end there. Still got plenty of time. The flight's not even boarding yet. We should be all right. This, by the way, best view of the mountains we've had since we've been here. Actually getting some good weather now. which we've not had the whole time. I don't know how well the camera's picking those up with the light change out there. But for me, in person, with eyes, that's the first time they've looked high definition on the whole trip, despite my best efforts to avoid him. Unfortunately, we have run into Alfie at the gate. We've been at the airport together for like the last 4 hours, but we've just not been anywhere near him. But yeah, now, unfortunately, because we're getting on the same plane, we have to hang out with Alfie for a bit, which is really not acceptable. We have successfully made it onto the plane. Anna is obviously currently putting that on Facebook, so everybody knows in real time.
I am making Kevin this.
Yeah, she's making a point that I can now sit in the extra legroom seats because I don't need a seatbelt extender anymore. And we are back in the UK at glorious Luton. Baggage claim is behind us. We don't need to worry about no baggage claim. So now what we need to do for the final leg of our journey, final leg of our trip, is get back to the car, which we do have the little shuttle bus out to the car park. The only problem is I don't have the ticket. I left the ticket in the car, so I'm hoping they just let us on the bus anyway. But when we got off the bus last week, everyone who was getting on it was showing the ticket. I'm sure it'll be fine. And 5 days after we stood pretty much on this spot and started this little mini series of videos, we are back in the yellow car park at Luton Airport. Anna, how was your first experience flying in 25 years?
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Say to me now what you said to me on the bus. I'm going to lean in until you've got the mic.
Forgot.
You said...
Oh, it was all right.
You said more than that.
I enjoyed it, but my knee hurts all the time.
So if there were any moments where Anna looked a little bit grumpy, and there were definitely some moments where Anna was a little bit grumpy, I think I've minimised them in the video. Sometimes they were unavoidable. But that's because she's in pain. It's not that she's hating the experience. It's not that she doesn't want to be there. She has, as I've said, all throughout this little series of videos, she has got a torn meniscus. She's waiting for surgery. She's also waiting for one of those pain-killing injection things that I can't remember the name of. So at the moment, she's just wandering around with the bottom half of her leg hanging off. So yeah, she's struggling a little bit. And on top of that, because of the limp on that side, she's strained the knee on the other side and still has her ongoing crumbly spine issues and all of that stuff. So she is a little bit worse for wears. She's not miserable, she's just in pain. But Anna doesn't have to travel again now for a month when we go to Tenerife. Hopefully by then she'll have had the painkilling injections and that should be a little bit more manageable. I also, cortisol, something like that. Maybe. I now need to go home and upgrade our flights for Tenerife to give us the extra leg room. Now I know I can have them, because oh my word, did I struggle on that flight back. I was okay on the way there, slightly less leg room on the way back. I could not feel my feet before we even took off.
I think it's because you do also have dodgy knees.
Yeah.
They may have been a bit swollen from all your walking.
Maybe, but we did have a good time. There's more travel content to come. You won't even notice a pause in the travel content on the channel because I'm off to Turin next week. I've also got Insomnia Festival, which you've probably already seen the video from that. I think they're going to come out in a slightly different order. Who knows? But yeah, it'll be pretty much non-stop. Switzerland to Turin to Tenerife to goodness knows whatever's next. There's like Paris is coming up not long after that. There's so much travel content to come. Hopefully you are enjoying it. If you are, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on this video, all the others in the series as well. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and we'll see you again from another airport car park very, very soon. You are hitting me. We're at an airport. Yes, we're at an airport. There's actually, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, quite a pleasant sunset over there. Oh, it really does. Oh, look at that on the camera. That sunset, that is nicer than it looks in reality. The colours on the camera have picked that up beautifully. So we'll end it on that. Toodle pip, everybody.